Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Daniel. This is solum.algo. Today, we're going to talk about the presidential election and what that's going to do to the crypto markets and whether you're going to make money or lose money in the crypto markets with the upcoming presidential election in America. So recently, we had Donald Trump has backed Bitcoin and he's launched his own crypto platform that my understanding is not even open to unaccredited investors, so the normal guys like you and I, um, as well as Kamala. My site just went down, but uh, Kamala Harris has also pledged to support crypto, Bitcoin, and AI development. And so they're both trying to get in on your vote is what they're really looking for. And what you need to be aware of on this is that neither of these guys um, really support the ethos of what crypto and what Bitcoin is. What they're both trying to do is to co opt the industry and co opt your vote, but in different ways. So, Donald Trump has mentioned making Bitcoin a reserve asset of the United States, and the U.S. has not really had any reserve asset since what was it, 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard. And even then, they were lying about the reserve asset for years before that, right? So people were exchanging their gold. They didn't actually have the amount of gold for the currency they had printed. And everybody knew it, and that's why Nixon had to take us off the gold standard. So if Donald Trump does something like that with Bitcoin, you can expect similar behavior from him in regards to Bitcoin. That's really just a way for the government to take Bitcoin off markets so that you can't have access to it, right? And with Kamala Harris, what she's planning to do is to support AI and crypto and Bitcoin. What that really means is a regulatory regime, right? So it's going to be robust rules, robust tracking and reporting. All of this will be put in place, for the purpose of, quote, protecting the investor and protecting the consumer and providing a regulatory framework. What it really is it's going to be additional requirements on you guys. It's going to be additional requirements on banks. It may actually require that you start custodying your assets through a bank or through a regulated financial institution. This is all speculation, but based on what you see governments doing in the past, this is a likely path they would take, right? Is to require more of you and require more of financial institutions. They would then um, basically kind of encapsulate the whole industry as much as possible, and then for the purpose of then taxing it, right? So neither of these guys pledges to support Bitcoin or support crypto should be taken seriously. It should be taken seriously in the sense that it's probably not good for you long term, right? The ethos of crypto is for freedom. It is so that you can transact outside of the purview of anybody else, so that you can have freedom money, and so that you can move permissionlessly. So that's why crypto exists. That's why Bitcoin exists. And so I wouldn't listen to what either one of these guys say. Now, in terms of will the markets go up or down uh, with the election, depending on who gets elected, my prediction is that we're going to have volatility up until the election. You may see some more upward movement with drops, but generally, I think we could see some up, some drops. And I think that after the election, you're going to see crypto rise. And that is because the markets like predictability, they like certainty, right? So just the knowing who won will likely cause investors to calm down and put their money somewhere. So expect volatility up until the election, and then expect the bigger rises, I think, to happen after November. And that is assuming that the election is settled and certain after November. There's a good possibility the election is not settled in November, that there's recounts that there's it's a contested election, that one side claims the other side didn't really win, that it goes to courts. All sorts of things can happen, and if that happens, you should expect then, I think, that the markets will drop. Of course, none of this is financial advice, um, but that's my prediction. And I think the best thing that you can do is hold on long term, and just ride this out, because one thing that is very predictable that we know both of these guys will continue to do is to print money and to spend money. Neither candidate has pledged to end the Federal Reserve. Neither candidate has pledged to audit the Federal Reserve. Neither candidate has pledged to stop going into debt or to stop manipulating our financial markets or anything of the sort. And so, with that, you can expect that long term, Bitcoin will rise as people flee the US dollar for assets that are certain, right? So, that's my 2 cents on what's going on with the election, how it's going to affect the markets, and what you can expect. So, get your positions and hold tight. Now's not a good time to be gambling and speculating on one direction or the other, because you don't know what's going to happen, but you do know that long term they're going to keep spending money. So anyways, y'all have a good night and take care. Bye.